gather around, everyone, because the Blake Lively train wreck just hit a whole new level of chaos. In a move that's basically screaming, "I'm desperate," Blake got exposed in 4K for faking her so-called receipts. It's almost like she thought the entire internet would just accept her story at face value, but guess what? Folks are seeing right through this and calling it what it is: manipulation on expert difficulty. And get this, on top of that, Blake is now sniffing around Justin Baldoni's phone logs. Like she's the FBI or something, probably because she realized all that mountain of proof against Justin was purely in her imagination. Buckle up, because it doesn't stop there. She and Ryan Reynolds just showed up at the SNL 50th anniversary event and pulled off a stunt so off the wall, it's making them look like Hollywood's wildest couple. Trust me, there's a ton to unpack. So get your snacks ready and let's dive into the mess. Before we dig in too deep, let's talk about how this drama has grown bigger than anyone ever expected. Seriously, the whole situation has become a circus, complete with ringmasters, clueless bystanders, and a mountain of receipts, both real and fake. Alright, so here's the biggest shocker. Blake has just hours left to submit her amended lawsuit, and somehow she's pivoted from legal filing to enlisting TikTok conspiracy theorists. Yep, you heard that right. Instead of backing up her claims in court, she's out here leaking HR complaints to random TikTok creators who are more famous for viral dance clips than actual investigations. The judge barely let her file this amendment in the first place. She was late, but Baldoni's side didn't object. Everyone was braced for this earth-shattering new evidence. Instead, we got straight-up nonsense that feels more like the plot of a spicy Reddit fanfic than a real lawsuit. One of the most ridiculous rumors spinning around these pro-Blake TikTok accounts is that Justin Baldoni supposedly harassed another actress on set, then told her to go see HR like it was a punchline. Give me a break. This is some cringe Wattpad revenge fantasy. If such a massive incident had happened, you can bet Blake would have slapped it on the first page of her original lawsuit. She definitely would have led with that bombshell. But because her case is looking shaky now, she's at the 11th hour rolling out bizarre, unverified claims via random TikTokers. It's honestly giving off major "I'm desperate and out of ideas" vibes. Let's apply a little logic here. If Justin Baldoni really committed that level of wrongdoing, don't you think Blake would rely on actual legal avenues instead of social media drama? This isn't an episode of Gossip Girl, Miss Lively. You're not Serena van der Woodsen stepping into scandal. You're an adult trying to bend public opinion because your lawsuit is tanking, and the internet is not having it. The comments alone are full of people saying the same thing. If this was the real deal, it'd be in official court documents, not random TikTok videos. Remember when Blake used her connections to get the New York Times to publish that shady article slamming Baldoni? It worked temporarily until Justin fired back with receipts. Now it looks like she's running the same tired play. Float sketchy rumors, hoping the public will rally to her side. So far, all we've got are grainy screenshots of some supposed HR memo. What's next? An accidental voicemail in crystal clear 4K audio where Justin confesses? Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be shocked if her next smoking gun is a hilariously edited text thread that obviously came from Blake's team. By the way, that leaked HR memo also claims Justin Baldoni made fun of Blake Lively for going through hormonal changes. Seriously? Justin Baldoni has spent years building this squeaky clean, good guy reputation. So if he did that, the irony would be unreal. But is it believable? Absolutely not. The idea that he would publicly shame her like that is just… no. It's weird that she'd even run with this story. And guess what else is in the rumor mill? Blake says that Justin demanded she be completely nude for some birthing scene. Let's be real. We already know she had a prosthetic belly and her own clothes on. Justin pulled out the proof earlier. And then there's this tale about a blanket, where she was filming an intimate moment, felt exposed, asked for a cover-up, and apparently got ignored. Does that sound a bit too convenient, or is it just me? Speaking of random claims, let's talk about Isabella Ferreira, the actress who played a younger version of Lily Bloom. Blake dragged her into this drama by name-dropping her left and right. Some new wacky accusation says Justin Baldoni cornered Isabella to chat privately and breathed so heavily in her face that her makeup literally evaporated. That's next-level comedic exaggeration. Wasn't Isabella the same actress who thanked Baldoni for such a great experience on set? So when did it go from "thanks for everything" to "he breathed fire at me"? To top it all off, Variety magazine reached out to Sony in August to verify if there were any HR complaints against Justin Baldoni, because Blake had been making those claims. Sony flat out said there were none, and if Sony was lying, SAG-AFTRA would have swooped in and shut everything down. Yet here we are with an article that suspiciously redacts the dates of these supposed complaints. Why hide the dates if the evidence is so rock solid? Now, some folks are theorizing these complaints got filed after filming wrapped. Even if that's the case, anyone can file something. It doesn't mean it's automatically true. And if Blake actually includes these bizarre claims in her updated lawsuit, there's zero chance Baldoni is going to settle. His lawyer might have considered a settlement in the past just to move on, but after these wild allegations, I'm guessing he's ready to fight it out in court for as long as it takes. This storm isn't over by a long shot, people. Meanwhile, Blake Lively has subpoenaed 14 different individuals in this never-ending lawsuit and is apparently gunning for Justin Baldoni's phone records. Yes, you read that correctly. She wants his call logs, texts, and maybe even his Candy Crush scores. The reason? She's convinced that he and half of Hollywood cooked up a secret smear campaign against her. And Justin's legal team is basically rolling their eyes, telling the judge this is beyond invasive. Like, calm down, Miss FBI. Grabbing a couple years' worth of phone data is seriously no small thing. Blake's crew, of course, insists that they need all that info to expose this network of people wrecking her name, while Justin's side calls it a blatant fishing expedition. The fact that Blake's also demanding to see Baldoni's location data for over 2 years is peak obsession. Didn't she claim to already have rock-solid evidence in her original complaint? Sure doesn't look like it. Honestly, her attorneys are probably raking in the cash and loving the billable hours on this roller coaster. And now for the icing on the cake. With all this legal drama swirling, Blake and Ryan Reynolds decided their big re-entry into the spotlight should be the SNL 50th anniversary. Let's just say they pulled some serious main character energy that night, making this entire fiasco seem even more like a bizarre reality show. Something about their cameo there looked super suspicious, and we're definitely going to talk about it. So that's where we stand. Lawsuits, phone record demands, shady HR evidence, and an SNL appearance that has everyone talking. Buckle up, because this ride is nowhere near over. It's about to get even crazier from here on out.